Welcome y'all to Lynchburg. This is the home of Jack Daniels. Just kidding, I don't talk like that. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it's so dark in here. So I am back home in Tennessee. We decided to drive out to Lynchburg today where the Jack Daniels Distillery is located to do a little Jack Daniels Distillery tour with my siblings. Go check it out. I'll take you along on our tour today. This is all new. I guess it's real cute. It's a cute gas station, y'all. It's cute. It's cute. This is the little Main Street area.
I can go straight and just park there?
Yeah, just park wherever because it's all walking distance basically. If you're coming to visit the Jack Daniels Distillery, make sure you make a day out of it and save some time to check out the really quaint town square in Lynchburg. They have all kinds of little shops where you can get things like Jack Daniels ice cream, furniture made from Jack Daniels barrels, antiques, and so much more. Oh hey, it's my county. Nate's gonna finally get his barbecue on this Tennessee trip. After the drive into Lynchburg, we were starving, so we went into the barbecue Caboose for some lunch. As far as barbecue goes, it was alright. Nothing really to write home about, but there aren't a ton of food options here in Lynchburg, and it got the job done. Nate and I split this barbecue sampler, and it was the perfect amount of food for 2 people. I highly recommend booking your tour in advance on the website, especially if you're coming in on the weekend. We didn't, and that was a huge risky move on my part, especially on a Sunday, but we did manage to get a tour. Nate is a Squire of Jack Daniels.
I am.
You can only become one if you are referred by someone else who's already in there, and you get benefits like front row parking at the Jack Daniels Distillery. We decided to do the Angels Share Tour, which is $35 a person and is essentially the full tour of the distillery with a tasting at the end. It's definitely the one to do. Once we got our tour squared away, we hung out for a bit on the grounds waiting for our tour to be called. The inside has a lot of cool displays sharing the history of Jack Daniels, as well as a bottle shop if you want to bring some Jack home with you. They sell some pretty rare bottles here, so it's worth a look if you're a Jack fan. Y'all ready for this? Nate's like, let's go read some Jack Daniels history. And Joe's like, let's just drink it. First, you'll snap a photo with your group that you can purchase after the tour, and then you load up onto the tour bus.
Dry County means you can't purchase Jack Daniels here. Number one selling whiskey in the entire world. You can't buy it where we make it. But there are 3 ways around that dilemma.
Yay!
The big house right there, I'll tell you about it later. That's where Jack's nephew lived.
This is the area they call the stacks, which is where they make the charcoal used to mellow Jack Daniels. These are stacks of sugar maple wood that they light on fire with the help of raw, unaged whiskey.
Watch out for open wounds. It's called high test.
Smell it? Best hand sanitizer you can get. Oof.
They did not do this during
Watch out for Question is, why we use charcoal? Filtration takes away the oil, takes away the acid. That one step. Charcoal filtration makes us not bourbon whiskey. This makes us Tennessee sipping whiskey by taking away the corn oil and the fatty acid. And those 2 guys right there, they're the guys that make the charcoal for us. You can see how hard they work.
Naturally, when you're dealing with open fires like they do here, you gotta have a good fire brigade on hand. Of course, they have a much more sophisticated system these days, but it is cool to get a peek at these old fire engines.
That's 5'2". Look at the same size as Jack. He said, well, Jack was larger than mine.
This is the Cave Spring Hollow, which is Jack Daniels' greatest resource. This spring pulls 800 gallons of water that is free of impurities and sediment per minute, and it's free. The cave's layers of limestones naturally impart a variety of minerals in the water which contribute to the character of Jack Daniels. More importantly, the limestone also removes iron from the water. Every bottle of Jack Daniels comes right from this spring. Next, you get to take a peek into the office Jack Daniel and later his nephew Lem Motlow used to run his business. This is the infamous safe that killed Jack Daniel. One morning he came to work and couldn't remember the combination, so he kicked the safe in frustration, causing an injured toe that became gangrene and infected, which killed him 6 years later. If he'd just have dipped his toe into his own whiskey, he might have been saved. All number 7 sold in the world is made inside this next building. These machines never turn off. It's all day, every day. Step 1 is downstairs with 40,000-gallon tanks processing corn, barley, rye, water, and yeast bubbles at 90 degrees, which never boils. The bubbling is carbon dioxide being released, which helps the yeast convert that sugar to whiskey, a process which takes about 4 to 6 days. We can't take any pictures in the next part. It's very top secret. Got some corn?
This is the corn that goes with Jack.
They give you a whiff of the
I want to dip
just
some
still-
like fucking bread in this shit. Give me a baguette. I want to dip bread in this like
Give me a baguette. You didn't stick your face all the way in?
Not all the way in, no, but I got close enough and I felt my eyes burn, so I just walked away.
At this point, the Jack is basically moonshine. It then goes to another facility where it is filtered through charcoal and then barreled to start the aging process.
The biggest purchaser of our used barrels is Scotland. Most Scotch whiskey in this world is made in J. Daniel's barrels. Why do you think it tastes so good? Canada buys a lot. Canadian round whiskey, J. Daniel's barrels. Jamaica, the Bahamas, rum, Mexico, tequila.
After a trip into one of the barrel houses that was also a top secret no filming allowed area, we made it to the part everyone was waiting for. Time to do some tasting. The moment Joe has been waiting for. The tasting this time was way better than our last trip 7 years ago. We got to try the Sinatra Select single barrel proof, and single barrel rye, and learn about what makes each of these unique.
The best way to drink whiskey, not to shoot whiskey. If you shoot whiskey, it's the flavor. Things right here.
Just finished up the tour. We're gonna go drop some purchases off in the car, and then we get to go over to Jack Daniel's son's house. I believe it's a replica of his son's house because Nate is a Squire. They say they have a gift there for him, and it's a really pretty house. So I'm gonna go check that out before we hit the road and get back to Nashville. Welcome, Squires. That's you.
This is great.
Thank you. As a Tennessee Squire, you get a very nice gold embossed deed to a small plot of land and a certificate making you an honorary citizen of Moore County. You'll occasionally receive letters from locals asking permission to let their cows graze on your land, or problems with skunks or possums, fun stuff like that. You also get access to this house where you get to access the Squire rooms here to do tastings, receive gifts, and just check out all the cool memorabilia that other Squires have essentially donated to this space over the years.
Yeah, those bottles she's looking at to the right came from Katrina.
Oh.
The big one was under a house that had been completely demolished. They found it sealed. The one to the right was under a sand dune.
Well, we made it back to my parents' house here in Franklin. About an hour and 15-minute drive each way to get to Lynchburg from Franklin. So definitely a really fun day trip if you're visiting Franklin or you're visiting Nashville. Highly recommend it. It's really cool to get to go to the Jack Daniel's Distillery and see how they make Jack Daniel's. It's the only place in the whole world where they make it. I definitely add it to your list of fun things to do to your Nashville or Franklin itinerary. I am signing off for this video. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this. I do lots of fun travel content here on my channel. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye!